10, 15, 20. Oh, hi kindergarten. Hey, I'm just here counting all my coins. There's not a lot to do while I'm sitting at home waiting to go back to school someday, but I've got a bunch of change here. Change is another word for a bunch of coins put together. I have pennies, I have nickels, I have dimes, I even have a couple quarters. Quarters are or 25 cents. Oh, you can buy a lot of stuff with quarters, but hey, if you're clicking on this video, then you probably wanted to learn a little bit more about coins, pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. Let's read this book together. I'll put my change right over here. It's kind of loud when it hits the table. Listen. This book is called Lots and Lots of Coins by Margaret S. Reid, and it's illustrated by True Kelly, published by Scholastic. Lots and lots of coins. Oh, I know what this is. Do you know? Yeah, piggy bank, a place where you save your money. That's right. My dad carries paper money in his wallet to buy things. When he spends paper money, he usually gets change back. Remember, change, I said, is the word for coins, a bunch of coins together. He does this a lot, and so we have plenty of coins to look at together. Dad and I think coins are cool. He's a coin collector. I learn a lot about coins from him. Do you have a collection at home? This family collects coins together. And boy, there are a lot of coins in our world. Lucky kindergartners only have to know the penny, the nickel, and the dime. And if you're really, really smart, you can pick up the quarter too. But yeah, we're gonna learn how to count those. Dad says coins have been around for a long time. Hundreds of years, even thousands of years in the past. Remember we learned about past, present, and future? And the present is what's happening right now, and the future is something that hasn't happened, but the past has already happened. And his dad says coins they've been around for a long time. So if you're holding a penny, then you're holding something from the past. Yeah. Once Dad made me laugh. He emptied a pocket full of beads and shells. That's what people used to use for money. He said, "Here, you can keep the change." He was handing him some shells and beads. And did you know that in the past, some people did actually use shells as money? Some people used to use animals or even a tobacco leaf right there. Some leaves, some certain types of leaves used to be used as money. Here's a coiled feather money glued to bark. Bark took 300 birds to make one coil. So some kind of coil was actually used as money. I guess anything with value could be used as money. Today, we live in the United States of America, you and I, and we use the coins penny, nickel, dime, and quarter, and sometimes the $50 and the dollar coin, but we'll talk about that later. Coins from around the world come in different shapes and sizes. Dad has a Japanese coin that has a hole right in the center. Oh my goodness, look at that one. Can't use that here in the United States of America, but it's kind of cool. You could take it to Japan and use it there. There are all kinds. Here's an ancient Chinese knife coin. So it's kind of shaped like a knife almost. Yeah. And did you know that some pennies can be dull and some can be shiny? Have any idea why? Let's keep reading. Let's see if we can figure out why. Dad doesn't spend the coins he collects. He fits those into a special folder to protect them. Printed on the folder is the year that the coin was struck at the mint. That's its birthday. Oh, its birthday. Look at this coin right here. This is a penny. This book is a nonfiction book about pennies by Mary Hill, and we're not going to read it, but if you look at this penny right here, there is a number, and that number is its birth date. That's the day it was made or struck. Huh, it was struck on that day. Yeah. And that's its birthday, he says. I laugh. I think it is funny to say that coins have birthdays. He's blown out his coins. He's thinking, haha, that's funny. What does struck at the mint mean, Dad? I thought a mint was red and white striped candy, like this. And his dad smiles. The mint is where coins are made. A mint is a building where money is made, where coins are made. Yeah, there are 4 of them in the United States. And if you look on most of your coins, almost all of your coins, I didn't see it on the penny, but I know it's there on the real one. But if you look somewhere on the coin, you can see a P, a D, an S, or a W. So we have 4 mints in the United States, and that P is telling us that this coin was made in the mint in Philadelphia. Yeah, and the S would be for San Francisco, and the D for Denver, and W for West Point. So that's where all the coins in the United States come from, those 4 places. And the coins will tell you where. So the first US mint facility was in Philadelphia. Cool, huh? Plain round metal discs are put in a powerful machine. They have nothing on them. They're just plain and smooth. And the machine strikes down. So that's why they say they were struck. The machine just slams down really hard. And 2 different pictures go onto the metal. So you'll have a heads side of your coin and a tails side. But if you were having a disagreement with somebody, you could flip a coin and see if it lands on heads, you win, and tails, they win. I don't know, it's a way to solve a problem. Win-win, thinking win-win, yeah. All right, Dad says if a mistake is made at the mint, because you know, not everything's perfect, the machine might strike it in the wrong place, that odd coin may become a treasure to coin collectors. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Here's a penny, but a nickel got struck onto it. It's the shape of a penny and the color of a penny, but it's the face of a nickel. Huh, cool, huh? These are all the different metals that coins have been made out of or can be made out of. A long, long time ago in the 1600s, they used to use tin. They don't use that anymore, but what do you think nickel is made out of? A nickel is made out of, well, not just, but some nickel, the metal of nickel. Yeah. After we finish checking for special coins, Dad puts the rest of the change in an old fish bowl. I call it my coin collection. I stir those coins and look through the glass at them, all mixed up. Ooh, look at them. And then I dump them out and I pretend I'm rich. Look at him, he's laying all over the coins. Money can be kind of dirty though. It's been in a lot of pockets of different people and placed in cash registers and things like that. So that's kind of funny. Don't get too dirty. When I look at my coins, it's fun to pretend I'm rich, but I found out that it takes a whole lot of change to buy a soccer ball or a hamster at the pet store. You have to save up for the things you really want. Ooh, wants and needs. We've been learning about that in this lesson plan, haven't we? Yeah, wants and needs, and if you save your change, it'll turn into enough money to maybe eventually buy something that you want, maybe. Dad and I make a game of sorting coins by size. I close my eyes and pick a coin out of the fishbowl. First, I find a penny. Here's the penny. It has 2 sides. Here's the penny one more time. Here's the head side. And here is the tail side. Look at that. Look at the tail. The tail side has a picture of the Lincoln Memorial. And here's the most fun fact about a penny. A penny is worth 1 cent. Just one. That's it. You can count by ones. It's kind of like when you count on the hundreds chart and you're just counting all the way to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. You have 100 pennies, you have 100 cents. Interesting, right? Next, I find a smaller, thin coin. Oh, do you know what the smallest coin is called? You want to take a guess? Well, we know it's not the penny, because the penny's brown. Here's the next coin he's looking at. It's the smallest one. If you said dime, you are right. The dime is the smallest coin. Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah. The back side of the dime has an olive branch right there. It has a torch and it has an oak branch. And they all mean something to our country. That's why they were put on there. Dime hasn't changed in a whole lot, a long time. It's stayed the same for quite a bit. On the penny, the nickels changed a little bit, and we'll talk about the quarter in a minute, but the dime stays pretty same. Yeah. Oh, and the neatest part, because I really like counting by tens, the dime is worth, dun, 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 dun. There's my nickel. There it is. 10 whole cents. What? So if you had 10 pennies, that would equal one of these. What? Would you rather carry 10 pennies or one dime? They're the same. They're the same value. But yeah, I think I would rather carry the dime. It's a little lighter. It buys the same thing. Now I'm feeling in my fishbowl for the next coin called a nickel. A nickel. Have you ever seen one of these? Yeah. A nickel is wider and thicker than a penny. Well, it's definitely wider and thicker than a dime, because remember I said the dime was the smallest coin, but it's got a bigger value. I wonder why that is. Well, the nickel, do you know how much this one is worth? I'll tell you, it's half the value of a dime. So if you chop the dime in half, its value in half, what would you have? You have 10 cents in a dime. If you said a nickel is worth 5 cents, that's half of a dime, you would be right. Yeah. So interesting fact, if you had a 5-cent nickel, let's see if I have one over here, a 5-cent nickel, and another 5-cent nickel. I might only have one of those. If I had another one of those, how much money would I have? So if I had 2 of these, 5 plus 5. Oh, that's what I was doing when you got here. I was skip counting by 5s. I was counting nickels. Yeah. The back of the nickel has changed a little bit. On the back side of the nickel, you will find Monticello, and that is where this guy grew up. He was born in a house called Monticello. And the back of the nickel kind of looks like this. It's kind of cool looking. Ooh, boy. It's here somewhere. Nonfiction books. We should look in the glossary, right? Monticello is the home of Jefferson. It's not where the capital of the United States was or is, but it's where he grew up. It's in, I think, the state of Virginia. But yeah, but a long time ago, the backside of the nickel used to have a buffalo on it. So there used to be a lot of buffalo in the United States, but yeah. Now he's feeling inside his fishbowl. He puts his nickels away, and they're gonna start sorting by quarters. I like quarters because they are worth so much money. Oh my goodness. One time the Tooth Fairy brought me 4 of them. I was over the moon for that. Quarters are the biggest coin we've talked about so far. They're bigger than the penny, bigger than the nickel, bigger than the dime. They are worth, get this, it's gonna blow your mind, 25 cents. So they were sorting quarters, and he's counting like this. Ready? He's got 4 quarters here. 25, 50, 75, 100. Hey, did you know that if you have 100 cents, you have $1? That's another lesson for another time, but fun fact, yeah. Quarters usually have an eagle on the back. And if you have some quarters, you can look at that. But get this. Oh my goodness, it's gonna blow your mind, okay? Here are the new backs of the quarters. So a few years back, the quarters stayed the same on the front, but about every year, I think it was, a new back or a new tail, the tail side of the quarter started to change and represent each state in the United States of America. Crazy. There were 22 quarters on this side and 28 on this side. So that will tell you how many states we have in the United States. Yeah, and it will tell you how many different types of quarters there are in the United States. Well, plus one more, 50, plus one more because a lot of quarters still have the eagle on them. The eagle, here it is. I'll show you the eagle. It's pretty cool looking. The eagle is our national bird. Here's the back. Oh, it's so majestic. Look at that. Wow. $1/4. So it's $1/4 of a dollar. It's 1/4 of a dollar. So if you have 4 quarters, you have $1. Very neat stuff. Okay. I wonder if a coin collector would try and find all 50 of these quarters. I know a lot of people who try and collect those. There are a lot of different presidents on the coins. At school, we learned about the ones who helped found our country and some of our first presidents, like George Washington. Yeah. Hey, I tell Dad, all those founding fathers had long hair. Like George Washington, he had that wig, the white wig. Remember on President's Day, we talked about that. Yeah. So he is sorting not by size anymore. And I guess you could probably sort your coins by color too, which would put the pennies all in one and all the rest of are kind of silvery. But he is sorting by the picture on there. So the way they're shaped, I guess. Kind of fun. But the other presidents have short hair, like the one on the dime. Look at Roosevelt on the dime. He's got short hair. He did not wear a white wig. That's a good thing, I guess. I don't know. Abraham Lincoln goes in a different pile when you're sorting by hair, I guess, because he had a beard. All my pennies have Abraham Lincoln's picture on the front, but they have a different picture on the back. They have different pictures on the back. The first Lincoln pennies have a picture of wheat sheaves on the back. It's hard to find those anymore because there's not very many of them around, but if you find a penny with a wheat on the back, like a like hay or something like that, you should probably keep that one and not spend it, maybe. And then came a different picture, the Lincoln Memorial. So that's the one that you usually find on the back, that Lincoln Memorial. That's a famous building with a great big giant statue of Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president. And there's a funny little saying up here. He says, "Hey, was I the only president with a beard?" I don't know, maybe not. Some rare coins are worth a lot of money. The founding father, Benjamin Franklin's designs were used on the first penny authorized by the United States Congress. I wanted to see that penny, but Dad didn't have one. Probably because these kinds of coins they were made a long time ago. But if you ever find something like that, oh, wow, keep that. I would see if it's worth more than 1 cent. Now, it might be. I don't know. Sometimes Dad and I have so many coins that we take them back to the bank and we don't save them. We trade them for paper money. So if you get enough of these coins, let me put the book down for a second. If you get enough of these coins, like I was counting, I wanted to see if I could make it all the way to $1. If you get enough of these, you could take them someplace and trade them in for dollars. Very cool stuff. All right. And that's what makes them so much fun. I'm glad that coins keep changing. It makes my collection very cool, especially when I collect them with my dad. Aww. There's some more information about coins that you can read about. There's lots and lots and lots of people that collect coins, not just here in the United States, but all over the world. I have a neat hobby to have. All right, well, if you want to learn more about pennies, nickels, and dimes, see if you can find some maybe lying around your house, or a good place to find coins is in your couch cushions. That's where I used to find them when I was a kid. Make sure you ask your parents if they have any, if they would want to give them to you so you can learn a little bit more about them. See what they know about coins. See if you can tell them all about the numbers and the pictures on the fronts and the backs, the heads and the tails of the coins. But most importantly, see if you can tell them what the name of the coin is, penny, nickel, dime, or quarter, and see if you can remember how much they are worth. All right, bye for now.